What is up, guys? Welcome to another video. Another video means another dopamine high because I had to buy something to feel something, and today we are taking a look at another NECA figure, and that is the Alien Prowler from the Alien Fireteam Elite series. An awesome game that I highly recommend, and it is the background footage for all my Alien reviews when I just have gameplay up on the screen. But we're taking a crack at the backlog. We're actually making good progress. We got 3 figures left, one of them being a Predator figure and the other 2 being the other Fireteam Elite aliens. So with all that said, let's jump right into it. And for those who don't know who the Prowler Alien is, his first appearance was in the Fireteam Elite video game. So if you haven't played the game, that's why you haven't seen him yet. And if you're curious about what he does, well, he kind of just jumps on your character and puts you into a quick time event, and he gets off you if you complete the quick time event. Or you can have your teammates light them up like a birthday cake to get them off sooner. And yeah, that's pretty much the Prowler Alien. And taking a look at the box, here we are with the boy all packaged and sealed up with the Fireteam Elite logo with his name. And then on the side we have a picture of his face. And on the back we have a brief description of what he is all about with some more photos of him. And then the rest of the wave, which we've already done the Spitter Aliens. If you want to go check that out after this video, you're more than welcome to. And then just peeling them out of the box, or pulling them out of the box. He's looking good. First impressions, NECA always does a good job with the visuals. And then strangely enough, he doesn't come with a stand like the Spitter Alien does. I don't know if they forgot to give me one, but like I checked inside the box and I have no stand, which is a bummer, but it's not the end of the world. So though it may be unfortunate, let's move on to the figure. So jumping right into articulation, he has a wide range of motion when it comes to looking up and down, and he is going to need it because this is a variant that is usually on all 4s. But yeah, no, really good range of motion for looking up and down. Good to see it. He can rotate his head 360 degrees. He can't really tilt his head side to side, but he can look in other directions, so that's always a plus. But yeah, overall very good head range of motion for this boy. And then when it comes to arm articulation, he can kind of spread open his arms better so when he's on all 4s, and then you can rotate his arm 360 degrees if you want him to do that. So, and then getting to the elbow articulation, you can have him bring up his forearms a decent amount. He's going to need good elbow articulation anyway because this guy will be on all 4s most of the time, seeing that's what his variant is known for. And then getting to the hand articulation, rotate it 360 degrees, and the wrists bend however you want. So overall, pretty solid articulation in the arms, good to see it. Then taking things down to the torso, you can rotate his torso 360 degrees, and you can have him kind of bend back and forth and a little bit side to side. You can pretty much have him wibble wobble and get a good 360 rotation out of his wrist, which is always good to see because, xenomorphs are agile and are always bending and moving around, so good to see there. So very happy with the torso articulation. Then taking it to the legs, he can kind of spread his legs. The carapace does kind of get in the way, but that range of motion is there, though it being limited. And then he can rotate his legs 360 degrees, which is always good to see. And then the joints in the knee area, or what would be the knees of our boy, he can bend really well. He's pretty much kicking himself, and you can straighten them out for that cursed image if you really want to. And then of course the other joint right here can move up and down a really good amount, which is always good to see. And then there's that really cursed straight leg that if you want your boy to stand upright like a normal drone, by all means. And then bring it down to the foot can bend up and down, just like any other joint on his leg can. So very good leg articulation, feels fluent, nothing feels stiff. It's always good to see, so very happy. And then finally going over the tail articulation, it can rotate 360 degrees at the base, and then our boy does have a longer tail than the Spitter, so there is more tail to manipulate, and you can bend it a pretty decent amount, so that's always good to see. Always fun to manipulate the tail of Yo Xenomorph, so that's always a good thing to see as well. But yeah, very happy overall with the articulation / range of motion on our Prowler boy. And we cannot forget the second mouth included, and just like with the Spitter Alien, I don't know if this is just a wave thing, but the second mouth does feel a lot smaller than most second mouths do come with the Xenomorphs, but it is there. It is painted black with the silver teeth. I think it's crazy NECA puts in that much detail just to even get the teeth, but very cool, very awesome. Then here we are at the variant comparison segment, where I just basically compare our normal drone to the variant just to see how different they really are, despite how obvious it may be. And for the Fireteam Elite series, we're going to use Big Chap as reference because the Fireteam Elite creators used Big Chap as their base drone rather than the Aliens drone. So yeah, there's that. And starting off in the head region of these two, looking at Big Chap, he's got the original cylindrical, just tubes on the side of the head looking face, while we got the Prowler Alien with a much shorter, much kind of flatter, head with a lot of carapace on his head for protection. And he still has the tubes on the side of his head, but not as much. And then Big Chap has sharp, longish, silver teeth, where our Prowler Alien has short, not as sharp, but still silver teeth. And then looking at their shoulders, we can see that Big Chap has this kind of long round piece on his shoulder that kind of goes down to his chest, where if we look at the Prowler Alien, he does have a bump on his shoulder as well, but it's more armored with the carapace and kind of more aerodynamic, and it semi kind of does lead into the chest as well. And then looking at their arms, starting off with Big Chap, he has these long, thin, ribbed arms, where if we look at the Prowler, he does have some more carapace on his shoulder, and this is probably due to the Prowler Alien being a much smaller variant than Big Chap, but his arms are thinner than Big Chap's big arms, and it seems like there's more muscle than armor, but he does have ribbage going down the forearm and the back of his bicep as well. Then quickly just going over their hands, we can see that Big Chap has the 6 fingers, 2 of them being connected, while he has like what seem like 2 thumbs, and the Prowler Alien has the same layout with the fingers, but they're more elongated and skeletal like. And then taking a look at their torsos, both of them kind of share the rib cage aesthetic, but the Prowler Alien definitely has more ribs than the Big Chap does. And then looking at the lower half of their waists, or the torso I should say, there's more tubes on Big Chap with 2 little bumps, and then if we look at the Prowler Alien, it's a lot less busier, it's a lot thinner, and just a lot less is going on down there. And then turning them around for just a moment, looking at their backs, we can see that Big Chap has the classic 5 spines, 4 of them being identical with the one kind of big flat one on top, where if we look at the Prowler Alien, he kind of just continues the ribcage aesthetic and has no spines. And then bringing it down to the legs, looking at Big Chap first, obviously he's got the long legs with the ribbage on the thigh, and looking at the Prowler Alien, he does have that animal-esque legs. I don't know what the term is, please don't kill me, but he's got the legs of the Night Cougar or the Panther Alien, and he's got some carapace armor at the top of his thigh. And then looking at the feet briefly, he does have like animal-like feet, where Big Chap has his normal alien feet. And unfortunately this shot doesn't really do their tails complete justice, but if the huge blade that was on the end of the Prowler Alien's tail was not there, these tails are about the same length, and it does seem like that the Prowler Alien's tail is a lot thicker than our boy Big Chap. So Prowler Alien, long thick tail with a big old blade, and then Big Chap with his normal thin alien tail. And with that out of the way, we can now do some size comparisons, and I'm going to use him when he's on his all fours as reference, because that's, atomically correct for our boy. So starting off, we have the Prowler next to our boy Big Chap, who have a video up on the channel if you want to go check that out after. Then we have the City Hunter, which there's also a video up on the channel if you want to check that out after. Then we have Jazzware's Halo the Spartan Collection Mark 7 from Wave 1. What a throwback, right? Then we have Jazzware's World of Halo, Halo Infinite Master Chief. And then we have Hasbro's Star Wars The Black Series Clone Jet Trooper, which there's also a video up on the channel if you want to check that out afterwards. And then finally we have McFarlane's The Doomslayer. And here we are at the turntable segment of the video, where I go over what I like, dislike, just give my opinion about this figure, and hopefully, make it so y'all can branch off from what I say, go down in the comment section below and have a discussion about this figure. So just going over the stuff I dislike first, just to get that sour stuff out of the way. So my only real issue with this figure is the price point. That is it. After that, I don't think there's anything wrong with the figure itself. And if you did see my Spitter Alien video, you kind of know where I'm talking about with the price point, because this is the same price as a Predator. A Predator comes with a bunch of swappable pieces, a bunch of accessories, all this good stuff and whatnot, and this guy doesn't really come with anything, and they are the same price. I don't know how to justify that. I don't think there is a way to. And this guy doesn't even come with a stand. At least the Spitter Alien came with a stand. Still doesn't justify the $40 price point, but at least it adds a little more value to the figure, where this guy doesn't really come with a stand at all. So I just don't know why this guy is $40. I feel like NECA should bring down the price point of the Xenomorphs if they don't come with anything. And getting into what I do like about this figure, and if you already don't know what's coming, I praise NECA figures a lot. I really think NECA does a phenomenal job with the painting and sculpting of these figures. It's very accurate to like their on-screen appearances, and that is seen here as well. The colors just go well together. These are like the one figures that you never need the black wash, because they're just done right, and that is something I can appreciate. I know that there are, like with the Spartan collection figures, people tend to black wash those figures to make them look better. I feel like with NECA figures, you don't need to do that at all. The paint jobs are already phenomenal as it is, and then the sculpting, all the little details they're able to get in are awesome, and it's just something that I love to see with these figures. And with the Prowler Alien, that is seen here. And then getting into the feel of the figure, this figure feels really good. The articulation, nothing feels limited. The range of motion for everything is good, nothing stiff, just everything feels great with his movement. Seeing that this is also a very agile and all over the place variant of Xenomorph, you know, it really caters to that as well. So just very happy with how this guy looks and feels. So, final verdict on this figure. Do I recommend it? Absolutely. There's nothing to really dislike about this figure besides the price point. He looks good, feels good. It's a pretty cool variant of Alien. I think it's a pretty cool design, if I do say so myself. You may disagree. That's all you. So, yeah, final verdict. I do recommend this figure. Now, let's move on to the outro. So if you did enjoy this video, a like and a subscription would be awesome. You don't have to comment because that's a lot of effort. I get it. Moving your fingers on the keyboard can be a bitch, but if you do want to create discussion down below and branch off anything I said in this video, you're more than welcome to. I like talking about this stuff, and I will most likely respond to your comment. So go do that if you want to. And then the bell is broken, so don't worry about hitting the bell. And if you did like this video and you want to see other content like this, I am currently reviewing this entire wave of the Fireteam Elite Aliens. So I already have the Spitter Alien up if you want to go check that out. But I do review other stuff. I review Predator stuff, Halo stuff, Star Wars stuff, all that good stuff. So go check that out. And with all that said, I hope you have a good day. Stay hydrated. If you don't, I'll kill you.